the Sega.
So this whole thing is kind of new to me. Recording videos of Saturn games, that is. I just sort of got a setup going here, and am attempting to record some gameplay of Saturn games because, well, I love the Sega Saturn, and there are precious few Saturn game videos on. Yeah, I figured what better place to start recording Saturn stuff than with what's probably my favorite video game series ever, Phantasy Star, and this collection, which is a collection that I had wanted for a very long time. This was something that I always would see in the back of game magazines and stuff to import, but I could never really afford it. But a few years ago, my wife and I were on our honeymoon to Japan, and I got a copy of the collection at a very good price. So super stoked to have this in my collection, and to be honest, I haven't really played it that much. So I was thinking now's as good of a time as any to start sort of messing around with it. So I am recording this via composite cables, so it's not super great looking. It's fine, but it's not the best. Wow, that was really exciting. Stereo sound. It's not the best that it could look. Wow, that's So I guess we'll start by looking at some art and some movies for the games. This actually seems kind of silly to do in like a Let's Play setting. I should actually just see if someone has, posted all these videos in, a format without someone talking. And maybe record that video separate. I'm gonna get to the games in a second. I just wanted to take a look at these. Well, there's your Phantasy Star Master System box in Japan. Yeah, I should probably do this as like a separate video without me talking. Worth noting that the Phantasy Star collection does have a robust art and movie gallery. If you want to watch the movies and look at the art in this resolution, but I did a few years ago compare this collection to the PS2 collection, the Sega Ages collection that released there. And the Saturn one does have some art and stuff that's not in the PS2 collection. As collections go, I definitely would say the PS2 Sega Ages collection is better than the Saturn one. It has like multiple versions of the games, so you can actually play the English versions of the games that released on Master System and the Genesis in the West. So you can actually play them in English, and there's like ways to tweak the difficulty and like walking speed and stuff like that, which is very welcome. Oh man, I love the Japanese art for Phantasy Star IV and 2 so much. Let's go ahead and start with 1. Oh, so you can have hiragana or katakana font for the game. I wonder what it was originally released as. Maybe it was originally released in Japan with katakana, and maybe they did a re-release with hiragana. So if you've played the Master System version of Phantasy Star, you can probably already tell a huge difference, and that is in the music. The music on the Mark III was actually FM synth, I believe, and the North American Master System version is not as high quality in the music department. I don't know if I have a game saved. I don't think so. So we'll just watch the intro here. And Alice's poor brother. Done in by Lassick. If you've never played the original Phantasy Star, I highly, highly recommend it. It is a dated game, and it's a very challenging game, but it is wonderful. It's my personal favorite 8-bit RPG. It's really hard to find it to play on semi-modern systems these days, though. I think its last release was on the Wii Virtual Console, so I guess the most modern system that can play it is the Wii U. But yeah, you have your typical kind of first-person Dragon Quest-esque battles in it. But what's really cool, aside from the setting and the great characters and awesome music and stuff, is are the dungeons in the game, which are in first-person perspective. Man, this music is so good in this version of the game. We really missed out in the West. I mean, a lot of us missed out on the Master System in general, but you know, the melodies and stuff are still really good, and I like the Master System soundtrack a lot, but it is not quite as good as this. Guess I'll save. I don't know if I can go back to the game menu without resetting. Looks like all the buttons just take me to the game menu for Phantasy Star 1. Yeah, I'm like trying different button combinations, but it does not look like I can just hop right out, so I guess I'm gonna have to reset the system because I do want to hit the other games. So yeah, now we are at my action replay screen because in order to play imports on my North American Saturn, I have to have a cartridge to do so, but the Action Replay Pro, I think it is, I'm not sure what it's even called, it has some cheats, and it also lets you play import games, in addition to being a great place to keep your save files and everything. So, you can still get these Action Replay cartridges. They're like $30 to $50 these days, but well worth it if you're going to be importing Saturn games and don't want to buy like a whole new system.
Game select.
Okay, so it's kind of a pain to to switch games and stuff, so I'm going to actually just hop right over to my favorite Phantasy Star game, one of my favorite 16-bit RPGs ever, and that is Phantasy Star IV, or Phantasy Star End of the Millennium. Once again, just a totally killer soundtrack. Yeah, this game is so wonderful. Like, people will occasionally ask me, I want to get into the Phantasy Star series, where should I start? And this is the game I always tell people. This is the one to start with. It's kind of the end of the proper single-player Phantasy Star series, but I think it can be appreciated on its own, and it's just like a really excellent 16-bit RPG in general. I'd say it like ranks right up there with the Square Enix stuff of the era, or Squaresoft, I guess. Like, in my mind, this game is just as good as like Final Fantasy IV or anything like that. Which is, a little bit hard to appreciate in Japanese and everything here, but yeah. I actually recorded a video like a year or two ago that's on this Nintendo Fun Club podcast YouTube channel of Phantasy Star IV, and it's actually the Wii Virtual Console version. So it's actually in English. So if you want to see more Phantasy Star IV, check that out. But yeah, I mean, I hope this sort of gives you a bit of an overview of what the Sega Saturn Phantasy Star collection consists of. I will probably record a video, maybe record a video at some point of just like the videos and the art gallery and stuff like that. But we'll see. So anyways, like, if you're a Phantasy Star fan and you have a Saturn, this is a super cool thing to own. And even if you don't have a Saturn, if you can get a complete copy, it comes in a really nice slipcase and has a really nice, like, super fat manual. And it comes with, well, at least my copy. I don't actually know what like a super duper complete copy comes with, but my copy came with maps for Phantasy Star 2, 3, and 4, and they're actually the same maps that originally came with the Mega Drive releases. They were just reprinted a few years after the fact, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, Phantasy Star rules, Sega Saturn rules. Definitely something worth hunting down if you are so inclined. But yeah, I don't really know if this video was informative or anything. I'm just personally really excited to be recording Sega Saturn videos, and I'm also just excited to play Phantasy Star anytime. So that's kind of why this exists. But if you want to check out our podcast, our blog, links to our videos, whatever, you can do so over at nintendofunclubpodcast.com. You can find our very, very Sega-friendly Nintendo podcast over at iTunes or Google Play. Just search for Nintendo Fun Club Podcast. You can check out videos that we do at our YouTube channel, which I guess you've already done if you're watching this. And if you want to follow me, you can at Brawn Dwarf on Twitter, and that is BRAWNDWARF. So thanks for checking out this video, and thank you for being either curious about Phantasy Star or loving Phantasy Star, because like I said, it's pretty much my favorite thing in the world. So yeah, thanks a ton for watching, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye.